Hello, and welcome to Slash and Fuck, a stupid sexy D&D podcast. As the title suggests, we are a mature podcast and we'll be dealing with increasingly adult themes and content as our story unfolds. So, if you're still here, I want to thank you for starting this journey with us, and we hope you enjoy your stay. So, without further ado, let's slip into something a little more comfortable.
So where we last left off was quite a doozy. You know, you guys, you got up and met up for brunch, and you went to Lee's Riverside Cafe to do that. You had a wonderful venison brunch. Afterwards, you went to go talk to Drusilla about many things, many questions involving Thea's Crown of Roses gift that she got, and uncovered some mysteries there. Further investigation is needed. It sounds like it needs to happen in the forest. And then afterwards, Astris, who had decided to take the day off in a fit of rebellious angst, took it way, way further than we could have imagined, and just quit her job on the spot. Cleaned out her barracks, left the stuff she didn't want, and then on her way out, saw that the requisitions office was unmanned and the armory was unlocked. So then Astris discovered a suit of armor fit for a paladin with a bastard sword, a morning star, equipped herself in this armor, and then decided to take up the identity of Sir Miriam, the paladin that she squired for. Intimidating and fooling the guards, the requisitions officer, and taking all of the petty cash and showing up to Thea's front door with two of the finest horses in town, fully fitted, equipped with a cart and provisioned for travel. And of course, Astris in full plate.
Masterwork.
Yeah, the finest. Yeah. So yeah, you spent probably more than 2 hours, but several hours throughout the rest of the afternoon forging some pretty good looking colors. That'll do for now.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
So you guys are still at Thea's, and so now that you finished the colors, looks fine. Thea, do you know what you're wearing tonight? You mentioned last time that hanging out with a paladin will make you the most popular girl in town again.
Yes. The most popular girl in town again. Twice over popular. That's what we strive for. I do. So she's going to be, since she's with a paladin, she's going to be wearing, I want to say something a little bit more utilitarian, i.e. there's pants involved.
Okay. All right.
So
pants.
It's going to be sort of like high-waisted pants with a sort of corseted or girdled skirt wrap, sort of like it starts at like the corset and like hangs sort of in the front and the back, like tabard style, but long and over the pants. And then she has sort of a fluffier, like a white blouse sort of over top that squeezes into the corseted.
Oh, that's
bit.
so sexy.
Kind of swashbucklery.
Yeah, a little bit.
Fuck yeah.
A little bit pirate flavor. The pants is really what do it.
Yeah. Great. When we know what Astris is wearing, of course. You guys have been taking up as much time as you can getting ready, and so night has fallen, and the market is probably getting ready. The merchants are probably just getting finished setting up. So you guys are going to head to the market?
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
Do you think you're going to take the horses and cart, like the full provisions and everything, or are you just going to go in person?
It seems like a lot. I was kind of thinking that would be for like getting out of town type.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I think we'd just walk.
Yeah, I remember your cover story, right?
Right.
So
Okay, so
why
I think
are you
I
in
should
town?
be on the horse and you should be trying out some of those new songs that you're writing.
Yeah, I can like follow around you and like play the damn fiddle and shit.
Yeah, sprinkled
Yeah.
flower petals and shit,
Yeah,
Skipping
because
in front.
the cover that you've come to me to write a song commemorating your fallen squires
Well,
is
you
going to
took
be
her
how we
in,
make
right?
sense of that.
Is that the story? You came out of the forest beaten and bloodied and
Sir Miriam?
yeah.
Okay, so
And then Thea
I
took
Sir
you-
Miriam, like some sort of awful battle, all my squires gone, kidnapped, beaten, God knows what. Yeah, real sad stuff. And I was naked, and that's why I needed armor and clothes and money and horses. It was, yeah, real harrowing stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's believable. I mean, you being stripped of your armor, it's huge. They're going to want to know what the hell happened.
Yeah.
And the fact that you survived too, unmaimed, it seems, is huge. And this is probably something that Thea is going to be telling you. Like, these are questions people are going to ask first, like, what was it? So you can spin tales that way if you want. It could have been a lot of little things. A harrowing journey that's too long to tell, and will be told in song later.
What do you think? What would be good in the song? I don't know. Like, help me out here. Like, no.
It could have been a group of gnolls. Gnolls aren't anything to fuck with.
Yeah.
They're big and scary. So it could have been a large pack of gnolls or something. Or do you want something cooler?
I like big pack of gnolls.
Like, does that make sense? Would a paladin?
Yeah, well, then
that?
they ate the squires, and that's why there aren't any bodies.
Yo, real.
You could have been tracing a dragon.
Yeah.
And
they all.
And you found their cult members or something in the forest. You got sidetracked by bandits that ran into the forest, and you chased after them. But it was a
what
trap.
if it's like, yeah, and if it's so many individual events, nobody can verify any one thing.
And if you plant a bunch of different stories, no one's going to know which one.
Yeah, exactly. Security through obfuscation.
Right. So that seems like the plan. Thea's going to sing a bunch of songs about a whole bunch of things. And they're going to be like, which one is it? And be like, all of them. This and more. So you're going with the fantastic cover story, which is great.
Yeah, just like
fantastical.
Exponentially more squires die every time.
Yeah, and people start retelling the story. I heard that she fell into a trap with 30 giant spiders. All right, so you're going to go down to the market, taking one of the horses without cart. Thea's got her lute. She'll be playing it, skipping around, making maybe not a huge scene, but a scene.
Yeah, it's I feel like a little bit more of a somber note, so she'll be more in like professional and less like hoe mode.
Right. She's all B minor.
Exactly.
Yes.
This is a little bit of a dirge.
Yeah. Ding, ding.
But kind of funny
bling,
still.
Bling. Yeah.
Exactly. Because it's fake.
Right. Yeah. You might even have like good dark somber makeup on and everything to look the part more.
Right. Yeah.
Dramatic experience.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. You go down the main drag toward the market, and as you get there, you see most of the stalls are set up, and the merchants are ready to be peddling their wares. You notice Jangling Step most of all. You see her carriage that was pulled by the giant blind mole rat. Jangling Step is unhooking parts of her carriage to unfold with planks of wood coming down and little shelves popping out. tons of little trinkets and parchment papers and art and maps. And as you get closer, you notice that Jangling Step has her hood down. So this would be the first time either of you have seen one of the tunnel elves up close, or bat elves, they're called as well. Massive bat-like ears in ratio, but they look vestigial. There's all of these little cups and twirls and openings, and little parts of it move. There's hairs lining every part of it. It seems like her ears are just as much digits to her as her hands are. And she has no eyes, and not in the sense that there's eye sockets and they're missing. There's no eye sockets. It's just smooth skin, and then a very broad, pleasant smile as she goes about doing her thing, unlocking and unfurling her wares. As you approach, she pulls out a red bandana and puts it over where her eyes would be. Just slowly, calmly. Her clothing is well made, immaculate, and it looks comfortable, but it's got this weird style. It's almost alien, where it's less about the colors and cut and more about the different textures that you would see playing all over.
Yeah, I think like as much as we're being in character, I'm kind of letting Thea take the lead socially, because like from what I knew about Sir Miriam, they were like very quiet and brooding, but also like I wouldn't think they would like approach and trade with Jangling Step, right? So I'm kind of just like here to be with Thea and make her popular. So yeah, I'm kind of looking around and just being stoic and looking hot, mysterious.
Nice. If there's anything you want from the stall but don't want to approach to get, just let me know and I will get it.
Awesome.
As you guys are approaching, there is a lot of excitement, mainly due to Jangling Step being in town. There's a lot of kids running around, a lot of whispers, a lot of people talking loudly, and a paladin walking up with accompanied by a bard singing and playing her instrument is adding to this excitement. It doesn't necessarily make you guys any center of attention, but it's just, oh, wow, what next? You know, it kind of added, you know, where's the band? So you're not really standing out as much as you might have feared at first. But yeah, people are excited.
How crowded is it? Like, how many people are there? Are people like crowding her stall before she opens up, or is it like pretty clear?
It's pretty clear. People are mostly watching because it looks like she's just finishing up getting set up, but a lot of people are just there to see, you know.
Cool. Yeah. Then I guess once she looks like she's open and ready to accept customers, just got nothing on it. I'm just gonna walk right up like it's a normal stall.
All right. So you walk up to Jangling Step. Jangling Step says, "Please approach, girl, please." And she turns around and brings her arm up and waves you closer with her long bony fingers.
Awesome. I'm gonna give a respectful bow and proceed forward. Like, oh, Jangling Step, your reputation precedes you. I've been waiting years to meet you.
Oh, why didn't you come and find me earlier?
Not all of us are so brave and able as to walk the wilds like you do. Otherwise, I would have.
Oh, nonsense. You have it in you, I can already tell.
You are too sweet.
Well, please come. What interests you, dear? Is it little trinkets from the fray? Perhaps the bound heart? Of all kinds of maps and art and things. It's what do you fancy?
Oh, I fancy a bit of everything. I fancy a bit of the material, and I fancy a bit of, honestly, information from abroad. I would love to know what is happening in the world outside of this city.
Oh, much of everything happens outside of this city, that's for sure, my dear. It's not often I come through here, for a good reason. You start looking around, just over her shoulder as she's speaking to you. You see a lot of spell reagents, trinkets,
Spell reagents and
tokens.
rooster vigor.
That's right.
Rooster vigor?
That's right.
Is that a fun euphemism?
Well, it's a spell reagent, isn't it?
Cock power.
Bit self-explanatory, but you can use it in many things. Love potions, lust potions. And really, if you're just feeling a bit tired in the morning. And you also notice hanging on the off the carriage is a couple of these lamps. She notices you looking at them, and she says, "Oh, these, the lust lamps. Are you partial to them?"
This is my first time hearing of lust lamps. What exactly do they do?
I'm sorry, dear. You are a tiefling, are you not? Sometimes these old senses can betray me.
Yes, I am.
And you must not know where you're from, where your people are from.
No, can't say I do. Didn't really have that opportunity.
Well, dear, your people, they come from the far south, you see. And she points over her shoulder and towards the horizon line, towards the south along the mountains. She goes south through the mountains. You go far enough, you shall find the ribbon, the red ribbon, the realm of your kind and others, vampire, kin, devils and demons, and these lust lamps is what they're called. They don't work here. They only work in places like the ribbon or further into what they call the fray. They harness and store magical power. I don't sell many of them here, as you can see why.
Yes.
Oh, well, if you're interested, just set them aside and we'll talk about this all at the end.
Oh,
how about
fantastic. I like the way you work.
So, Astris, have you been close enough to overhear?
Yeah, I mean, I've been just kind of sticking around nearby. If there's you know how if there's a booth with illicit materials, they usually have their own security guard nearby. I'm kind of taking that position, because it's ooh, weird out of towner, make everybody feel a little more safe to come in looky-loo, right? I can't help myself. I have to secure things.
No, that's good enough. Yeah, and you look like you're posted up, and people who walk by, who are brave enough, they'll salute you or nod, oh, sir. She takes you to each part of her wagon. It's kind of most ways around it. She shows you coins of all the realms, all the major realms. There is also a sack of Queen's glass coins with a diagram in it.
What are glass Queen's coins?
These are from the Bound Heart, the realm in the north. I figured since you were so close, you might have had a few brushes already, but there are some kindly folk to the north. I do trade with and will do so trade with after I'm done here. The Fey folk, their land is known as many titles, but the Bound Heart is the name that most other realms would know it by. The glass coins are their currency there, Queen's glass.
I feel like those may be useful, but can circle back around to those.
She goes on to some of the art, and there's a small Goya-esque painting, or a canvas painting of this red woman in a pit. Looks like she's in an orgy pit. Big, large horns and wings, and she reclines upon a throne of red silk with her legs wide open. Two women on her knees with their heads in her lap performing cunnilingus. At the foot of her throne, a tangle of sweaty naked bodies writhes in coitus.
This is some beautiful work.
A typical painting of Lilith you would find. I believe the story is to be quite true. This would be an accurate portrayal of Lilith in her throne room, but I have not gone so deep into the fray to have seen it myself.
I've found a book that makes mention of Queen Lilith. I've never come across a book quite like this. Would you mind if I asked you if you've ever heard of it?
Oh, please, sure.
It's called A Century at the Organ, Memoirs of the Organist of the Royal Lilithite Symphonia Orgasmica.
Yeah, she recognizes it after running her hands across it. She takes it from you, and she says, "Oh yes, this book, it keeps people have been ripping these apart and burning them and hiding them here in this injunction here for fear of the red ribbon or anything beyond. I should have a few pieces of it around here. Let me just," she starts digging through one of her, cupboards, and she's like, yes, seems to, yeah. And she pulls out what seems to be about an inch of pieces of paper. And she's like, I'll trade you. How about this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So she puts it aside. You notice what looks like a pillow. Oh, sorry. Before we get to the pillow, while she's trading you the literature, she mentions that she also has another book called, or like a portion of a book, if you're interested. It's called The Eccentricities of Lilithite Fashion, if you'd like.
Yes, I very like.
All right. Yeah, she sets it aside, and your eye is drawn to this pillow. The pillow before you is a musty-smelling kind of Frankenstein of frayed stitches and cheap but hardy fabric, with a unique but not offensive smell of dust, dried sweat, faint traces of more than one perfume scent.
Pillow's been around.
The patches stitched all over one side of the pillow are faded and worn. You can't be sure if the quality of the images were always poor or if they just degraded with time. A pair of old leather bondage restraints are sewn into either side. The stitches are raw, and the sewing is suspect. Whoever made this was an amateur tailor that substituted skill for enthusiasm.
Good for them.
On the reverse side of the pillow is a variety of colors and styles of old ink pens or poster paint. Autographs and the names of venues and concerts are stained into the fabric.
So, I'm kind of looking this thing over. Oh, Sophia Witchfinger. That's the woman who wrote the chapter I'm giving you. Are all of the people who signed this significant somehow?
Oh, are there signatures on the back?
Yeah, it's signed with a bunch of different names, and a lot of different places and things. It's a very pornographic pillow.
Oh, yes. Most things from the ribbon tend to be. Do you read her the signatures, or you just,
We'll just pick like a few random ones that include Sophia Witchfinger and AJ Quinn and a smattering of any of the other ones.
Okay. She recognizes them. They were, some 80 years or more ago. They were quite the hip touring music troupe in the ribbon. There was a whole band of them, and all of their wildness quite popular. They were known for their stage presence and their wild parties, and well liked.
They sound like my kind of people.
Sophia Witchfinger and AJ Quinn were the superstars.
Well, as strange as it might be for someone to wish to buy a very kinky pillow, I'm interested in this as well.
Oh, I suppose you are. Well, its value just went up quite a bit, thanks to you telling me who signed this pillow. But your honesty is noted. I'll put it aside for you here.
Thank you.
You find more knickknacks that Jangling Step calls lover's dolls. They're just very erotic shaped figurines.
Oh.
Yeah, and then she gestures over, past some more of those trinkets to her maps that she has. So when you look at the elemental axis elemental realm of law, Jangling Step tells you, yes, it's a very interesting place. Lots of rules. You must follow the rules there. They're not evil or anything, just very rules-minded. They help keep everything flowing in all realms. That's where you'll find the spider elves.
I guess I kind of want to throw like a look back over to Astris. Be like I want to communicate with my eyes. There's a lot of cool shit here.
Yeah.
Do you want any?
I'm sure Astris has been paying very close attention. Anything for your friend? She turns her attention towards Astris.
My lord.
You've been quite quiet over there.
Yeah, I think I'll probably come over at this point just to like be polite.
I'll
and also
hold my hand out and like kind of be like, sir, please join us.
As you approach, she kind of wiggles her fingers and she smiles and says, what finely crafted armor. It sings on you, my dear.
Thank you.
I'll thaumaturgy you.
It's very kind of you. Thank you.
Well, it's not often that I have somebody so well-equipped come speak to me. What can I do for you? Any of this interest you?
Only in so much as it's curiosities.
Well, what do we have here? We have, let's see, we have the pillow. Oh, yes, the pillow. We have the game, the dice game. We have
and some of those maps. We should get some of those maps.
The maps, yes.
Yeah, Sir Paladin, Sir Miriam, there seem to be a great many maps here. In your travels, would that not be something that would help you greatly? Please, I would be happy to purchase them for you.
An astute observation, Bard.
I am here to serve.
Thank you. Please do so.
As you wish.
Oh my God, I'm such an asshole.
Employee of a paladin. Quite a station for someone such as you to reach. How fascinating.
I'm moving up in the world very slowly.
Oh, yes, I'm sure stories are already begun to be told about you two. Now, let's see. All these things.
The point is to be the one writing them, right?
That's my
very
goal.
wise. I would say, did you want you wanted all the maps? The pillow and the spell reagents? The lover's idols? So, Thea, as you are looking through the pile of stuff that you may or may not be interested in purchasing, a little gust of wind comes by. It's a gust of wind that you've felt before. It almost immediately catches your senses because it starts at your legs. And you are wearing pants, but you just kind of notice the caress of the wind on this one. And you see some of the parchment paper that was hanging from one of the shelves on the carriage shifts to the side, and you see a sculpture or an idol of a masculine figure, almost satyr-like in a way, bestial, thorns, claws, big barrel chest. And when you lay eyes on it, that familiar feeling washes over you, and that voice that whispers into your subconscious pushes just an urge into you that you need that figurine,
Cool.
that idol. All the other stuff, cool. That is the one you need. And it's almost like your chest is reaching out to it. You're being drawn to this, it's very insistent.
Yeah. I think we'll take everything in that we've put aside. And I just saw this figure back behind you. That's a satyr. That's very interesting looking.
Oh, yes. She reaches behind and grabs it. This jade idol. This is the idol of Oberon. And she hands it to you. The king of courts, the master of seasons, the life and the hunt, if you will. Yes, you can find these around. But yes, this is a depiction of one of the many forms, Oberon.
Oh, fascinating. Well, I think I have a cool place that it would look in my bedroom. So I'm going to get that as well.
Between your legs.
Right.
On the mantle. God. I'm a lady.
It's just what I named my vagina.
Mantle.
This is going on the mantle. Yeah, she sets it down and you snatch it up even without thinking. And it feels amazing. Like you're humming to have just finally gotten it, but it feels familiar and it feels gratifying that you took it and you listened.
I'm a good girl.
Yeah, that's the vibe you're getting. Like you're getting some head pats and like good.
Getting head pats.
Jingling step touches each of the items and considers before placing them into another pile. She asks you if you want any of the currency from any of the other realms, or if you're going to pass and just take the items. And going through the other currencies, I assume you're looking at?
Yeah. I would like to exchange a small sum of each. Are the glass coins in the bag sold as a lot?
Yes, it comes with a diagram. So, yes, there are. She picks it up and shakes it once. 23 pieces in here. So 5 gold, 10 silver. If you want a bat, that will be 10 gold each. And the ribbon, the thread, I'll give you an even exchange.
Excellent. Yes, then I will take the bag with the diagram and the glass, 2 bats, and 10 gold's worth of thread.
All right, yes. Yeah. And for the rest of the items, I will sell to you for 120 gold.
Okay. Done. I ask for one more piece of information. I don't know if you would wish to charge for it. Have you heard tell of any red dragonborn?
Oh, well, you would certainly have better luck in the ribbon, but chance would have it, I have heard of, I'm not sure red, but dragonborn up north. They seem to have been following the trail of Glasswing. So, yes, wherever Glasswing lairs is likely the direction you would find a dragonborn that I've heard of.
Thank you. That is interesting.
Yes, you're quite welcome.
Well, excellent. This has been most productive. I'm going to pay that out, start stacking it up and counting it out. That might take a minute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You guys just exchange gold for goods, and easy enough. She doesn't seem to pull any tricks or anything like that. You've always got your eye on merchants, but she seems quite deliberate with counting, and whether or not it's for her or for you, everybody knows what's being exchanged. Are there any more questions that you guys want to ask her before you leave?
I actually had a question for you.
Oh, yes, my dear.
So I'm trying to track down a lead on a case related to a lot of my squires that have died and or gone missing.
Oh, how tragic.
Yeah, I'm sure you've heard. Yeah, so one of the suspects was seen with she's a woman, and she was seen with a device attached to her groin region that allowed her to weaponize her pelvic thrusts in a penetrative fashion. And I wanted to know if you knew more about that sort of equipment, if you're a peddler of such devices.
Jangling Step kind of smiles a bit and says, yes, very thorough investigation you're doing. I have sold devices such as this in the past. There's occasionally I will bring some things up from the ribbon that catch the eye of those here. There's not only such devices you describe, but others that lock you in, until a spell phrase or a key item can be used to remove the item. All kinds, generally from the ribbon. Yes.
Interesting.
Yes. Even the so-called Covenant of Purity buys these items.
Ah, yes. I see. Understood. Thank you for the tip. Do you happen to have any of these items in stock currently? Just for research purposes, I can compare with the perpetrator that I have in mind.
Well, I unfortunately, I do not. I was quite cleaned out at Dawn's Light.
I see.
You'd be surprised how many people enjoy such things. But I can keep an eye out, so to speak.
I'm not curious about that at all.
So you start kind of like wondering to yourself. It seems like the transaction's wrapping up, and there's some other people who are coming up who are trying to get Jangling Step's attention. But she nods to both of you, wishes you a good evening and hopes to see you soon.
Thank you. Thank you for everything. You have a wonderful night.
You as well, dear. We have many stories to tell.
Oh, I am sure.
So, you guys get your stuff. You go to leave. Do you go to bring it back to Thea's house?
Yeah, I guess. Or, well, yeah, I want to get Syl.
Yeah.
I feel like she'd be put out if we didn't tell her this shit.
Tell her that Jangling Step's in town?
Well, I'm sure she knows.
Yeah.
Step's in town. I mostly mean fucking
about
our
the
shenanigans. Oh, and the organ. Yeah.
Oh, and
the organ and the new chapter. We have a new chapter as well.
Yes.
So we can tell her what the other one said and have new information.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spin it that way. That's
why
how we're gonna do it. Quite the morning. I forgot everything. So yeah, well, I'm gonna like swing by Syl's real quick.
Yeah, as you guys are leaving the market area, a couple of the guards that you would recognize as higher ups. One of them's Jace.
Jace.
God damn it.
And then, Billiam. That was his name. The other shift supervisor. Billiam and Jace approach you very urgently, but, with respect. They look like they're marching in a respectful way towards you, but they're at a very hurried gait. All right, so you stand like, a commander. They walk right up to you and Astris, and they both bow in a flourish and then kneel before you. And Billiam, he kind of looks up nervously, but then lowers his face again, and he says, we didn't hear you were coming, my lord. We were very curious to see what all the ruckus was about with the requisitions officer, there's all kinds of stories to be told, or to be heard, rather. And, well, the abbess and Father Vesper, they're both very curious. That's why you're here. There was no word, no rider, nothing. What is it that you're doing? What? And they look over at Thea.
Jace.
And they're like, my lord.
It was an unplanned stop.
An unplanned stop. We were told that you're not meant to come northward for at least a season.
My travels led me elsewhere.
Yes, of course.
As you can see.
My lord, yes, of course. They just seem very just flustered and stressed out, like they're in trouble. Because Abbess Seraphina and Father Vesper both are probably demanding to know what's going on, especially so sudden and under such peculiar circumstances.
Right, which I should know circumstances by now because we have our story straight, which
and
is...
I've been singing them.
Well, they're not asking for the story.
Oh, okay.
They're so sorry, they go on and say, my lord, of course, yes. We do not mean to question you. You could go wherever you please. You're a legend. But, to us, the Abbess Seraphina and Father Vesper, they want an audience, I believe. And, whenever you can, obviously it's night right now. So perhaps first thing in the morning, right before service, we could do the color ceremony, and perhaps you could lead the guards and the knights-to-be on a royal procession of some sort. I mean, it's really not... we were just hopeful,
Yeah, I could totally do that. Yeah.
It seems you are expected in the morning.
Yeah, I see.
Before service. You as Sir Miriam.
Yeah. All right. I see. That seems fine. Don't expect much fanfare. I'm clearly in mourning.
Mourning. So it's true what they say. All of them.
Everyone.
Wow. So someday you'll have to tell us. Jace hits him. Shut up. Well, I just want to know, why does he have so many? No, my lord, yes, please, if it please you. And he bows again and comes up from his kneeling position, bowing, and then sort of starts to walk away. And this one, in the morning, you're going to be under much more scrutiny from Father Vesper and the abbess.
Yeah.
They're going to know what the colors are exactly. They're going to know what your plans are, or Sir Miriam's plans.
Right.
That kind of thing. And you'll probably be expected to take your helmet off.
Oh, it's stuck on.
Oh,
Sorry,
that's a good
I can't.
point.
It's cursed. It's cursed to stay on my face.
And so, these stories work on, the folk in the market.
Yeah.
But Abbess Seraphina and Father Vesper are intelligent people.
They've seen Astris before.
Yeah, and if you think about it, Astris just recently quit right before all of this happened, and then this paladin was seen hanging out with Astris's new best friend, the corrupting tiefling in town.
Shit.
Yeah. Are they gone? They left?
Yeah, they're gone.
We're alone? Thea, I think we have to leave town.
What?
I think we have to go. I think the jig is up.
It's not super urgent.
I just don't think we can be here in the morning if they expect to see me as Sir Miriam and meet with me.
I mean, we could always stow the armor and be like, Sir who? They left.
They left. That's right.
Or, I mean, what's really keeping us here?
Here's a caress. One in the back of your mind. Come to me.
I mean, like, yeah, like I've got a job and strangely the respect, or at least interest, of a lot of the people here. It's cushy. I've never been this comfortable before, but seems like it's time.
Are you okay
There's
with
a-
that? I know you have like, I mean, you've got. I mean, look at that bathtub.
I know I'm gonna miss that tub. I mean, yeah, I'll have to. There's some loose ends I'll have to tie up. I'll have to let Mama Grizz know that I will not be making her bank anymore. Wonder if she's gonna be fucking pissed at me about that. I gotta talk to Syl. Gelt said that he could take me north if I needed it, so maybe he can get us the fuck out of here.
Yeah, and
Since
maybe
he
we
knows
can
the area.
figure out more about this situation with you and your crown and the governor's penis.
Yeah, I wiggle the statue and I'm just like, I had to buy this thing.
Yeah.
There's been
See,
tingles
it feels like it
today.
throbs in your hand
Oh.
How big is
my.
it?
magically.
Is it girthy?
It feels really nice to hold.
But would it feel even better if I had a free hand and it was between my boobs?
It'd feel great. Right
Okay.
there, yeah.
It will fit. Excellent.
Aw.
So I'm gonna nestle that in there
It's like
so
a
that I have
little,
my hands.
like, I don't know, a little plushie or something.
Right.
But the pull is getting stronger. The feeling likes that we're leaving. I can't help but feel like this is where at least I'm going. And I hope, I mean, you don't have to come with me on this fairy journey.
I mean, there's nothing for me here. You can. I have all of my earthly possessions with me now, and I think you're the only real friend I've really made here. So,
What? Well, we're by Syl's house, so we should let her know. She might have an idea of how to execute this fairly seamlessly. Or, I mean, I think this plan will work.
yeah, I trust
think we have a
Syl
good
too.
plan.
So I think we should go to Syl's house. I agree.
Yeah. Gonna.
So you both head towards Drusilla's place down by the river. You get there near the old familiar tree stump stone, the knockers. You knock thumpingly on the door, and after a moment, Drusilla opens the door, greets you. She looks back and forth between Astris and Thea quickly, and then smiles deeply, wolfishly. Again, please, she purrs, come inside. Gestures very flamboyantly for you to.
Oh yeah, do I have my helmet on? Am I?
I mean, if we're outside, probably.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna take it off like as soon as we get inside.
Oh my god, it's hot in there.
Yeah, you hear Drusilla chuckle when you take it off.
Oh, she could tell. She knew.
I mean, who else would show up? I assume you tied the horse up on a.
Yeah, did we bring our cart or just the one horse or both horses?
You just brought a horse.
Okay.
And the horse has a saddlebag, we'll say.
Cool,
So you have your stuff in there. Tied her up outside. Yeah, Drusilla leads you in, sit around the familiar coffee table, and she sets some teacups around and grabs a kettle and walks back towards the table. So, have we had an interesting day?
You could say that.
You could say that.
Yeah, things just get more and more interesting, don't they?
Progressively.
Yeah.
They sure seem to.
Things really escalate.
Oh, I like when you are together.
Yeah. We're, Sil, we gotta get out of town.
She claps and laughs loudly. Oh, please tell.
Well,
So I quit.
I think you can see Astris.
I got a new outfit, I guess. And so I've been telling people that I'm I'm someone that I'm not.
Yes, I have heard that Sir Merriam was in town suddenly.
Very suddenly and without a retinue.
Yes, all kinds of stories swirling around. I'm so proud of you. Proud of you both. She winks at you, Thea. Well, I suppose you came to ask my advice on how to get out of here. I'm sure you know how to do that.
I mean, I didn't want to leave without seeing you.
Oh, I appreciate it. Yes. I can smooth things over for you over at the chalice, you know.
Yeah. Sell my house. Give it to Mama Grizz.
So that's my house now.
Oh, sure. That's also fine.
Yeah, she flutters her eyelashes when she says that to you. Yeah, I've had my eye on that hill for a little while.
Oh, fantastic. Honestly, that makes me feel a lot better knowing that it'll be in good hands. I love that house.
Very good hands.
I've never had a house before. Oh, I miss that house. Anyway.
Well, I'd like to say it'll be just as you left it, but it won't. And you probably won't return.
Who knows?
Oh, you little corrupter, you. The tales are true, you know. Look at you. Look at us.
I know. We're very bad.
I was off to go see Jangling Step in about an hour or two. Have you already seen her?
Oh my gosh, she's so cool.
She's lovely.
We bought a lot of stuff. I just dropped a sizable amount of coin with Jangling Step.
Oh, good. Hopefully some fun items.
Yes. Sil, I have a book to show you. I'm going to take out the chapter that Jangling Step just sold me. I'm going to be like, so I traded her the first, chapter of this, which I can explain to you in great detail.
I'm going to say that Jangling Step traded that or gave it to you so long as you read her the first chapter and let you keep it. Same with the Lilithite fashion thing you got. She didn't ever really want to get rid of it because she loved it and she always made people read it to her. But she'd be willing to give it to you if you'd read it to her one last time and to let her know if you ever found a full copy.
The first chapter was in that house that burned down the other night.
Oh, yes. She takes the dilapidated pages from you and starts skimming. It's like, this is wonderful. And the fates would have it, you would just find the next few chapters. How strange. She slides the book back, or the pages back. Please let me know when you find more and what you find out.
Have you read it? Do you know of it?
I've heard of it, but I haven't ever been able to track down a whole book, and I'm not one to read in scraps, I guess. But please let me know if you put it all together. I'd love to read it front to back.
I hope I find it. I think I figured out who the secret admirer might be, and I wiggle my boobs and the statue in my cleavage at Sil.
Titillating.
She laughs. You can't be serious.
I had to buy this thing like I have never had to buy something in my life.
She looks at you meaningfully and almost jealously.
Damn.
As in silence for a moment as she looks between your breasts and up to your eyes. And she says, Sugar ones, if that's true, you're so blessed.
What do you know that I don't?
Oh, he runs everything up there. He's the king. He's the king of the courts.
The?
The
Whoa.
king.
Wow. What?
Don't get your hopes up, though.
It's gotta be fucking with me, right? That can't be true.
Probably not.
It would,
She looks kind of annoyed.
maybe it's gotta, like, that doesn't... It's gotta be a fucking... That's bullshit. It's gotta be a trick.
You're probably right.
The voice did like that I was leaving, though. Which was strange. It's never been that, clear, maybe? It's like the closest I've heard to real words. Usually I can't quite make it out, and it's just a feeling.
Follow those damn voices, and do let me know if Oberon is the one sending you those gifts. You can return whenever you feel like it.
Yeah?
Oh, yes. His protection. Oh, that of a god.
Wow.
One of
Well,
the gods that fled this realm. Of course, it's probably some jackal-faced thing. But one could hope.
Astris is a little jealous at the, like, protecting her bitch. Like, I was doing a fine job. Thank
I was
you.
doing...
She's jealous,
Yeah.
you know, and she's being a bitch. But she's, you know, not turning it on all the way. She's just kind of...
She's not, because she does like me.
Yeah. Envious, I guess, is the word.
I mean, that's fair. You're gonna love this. I've gotta get fucking guilt to get me out of this city. How fucking mean is that? I feel like the meanest bitch in the entire town asking him to do that.
Her kind of cold exterior cracks and softens immediately, and she scoots over to you and puts her hand around you and holds you, and she says, "No, sweetheart, it'll be just fine." That's what men like him are built for.
He's always been so nice.
Oh, yeah. What a sweetheart. She bites her lip. You go get him. You know where to find him. He's over by, you know, the dairy Butterfields Ranch.
Ah, yes.
He has a yurt, some situation out there.
Of course he does.
Yeah, you can find him either probably now or early morning.
When do you want to leave, Astris?
The morning, I think, sounds right. Let's be rested. Be ready.
Okay. First light?
First light.
All right.
Much earlier, I would say.
Much earlier?
Yes, if you want to
Before
catch
first
Guilt
light.
before he leaves for the hunt, you'd have to get there around 3 a.m.
All right.
I see.
Well, we're on Guilt's time. All right.
Okay. Well, in all seriousness, I am hoping the best for you, and please, if any of that is true, and she stares at that figurine again, or what you think she's staring at, put in a good word for me.
Absolutely. You're a bestie.
She looks over to Astris and smiles again and looks her up and down. I love where you're headed. She bites her lip and takes you by the hand and pulls you, and then Thea as well. And she's like, okay, I'll smooth things over and try to give you as much time as I can. Just go to your place, do what you need, and try not to make a scene on the way or on the way out.
Stealthy.
Noted.
Good luck, and I'm sure I'll see you again.
I'm straight.
And you too. I can't wait to hear the songs. She brings you in for a hug and gives you a very thorough examination, and then pulls Astris in for a hug and gives her the same, a good frisking before leading you out. She kisses each of you on the cheek and then closes the door.
Thanks for everything, Sil.
I'm gonna miss that bitch.
Yeah.
All right. The helmet back on, Paladin?
Let's go.
All right.
All right.
So yeah, you guys leave Sills and head towards Thea's.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Yeah, on your way back, roll a perception check, both of you.
Oh, I am going to have my eyes out for the coyote. I have something to give it after I need to do a thing and then I have a gift.
22.
Ooh. Okay, I rolled a 17 plus 2, 19.
All right. So on your way back, you guys are heading up. You cut across the main drag and then up into the residential areas of the northwest part of town. You're kind of on edge. You're about to skip town. You're not completely blown yet, but, the clock is ticking. So you're on high alert, both of you. As you're crossing the main drag and going into the residential areas, you couldn't help but to notice a small shadow, a little black shadow that's going from rooftop to rooftop, down little alleyways and whatnot, following you both.
Nixie.
Watch out, someone's following us.
What? Oh, no. No, that's the cat.
Yeah. You're like, okay, that makes sense because it looks just like a cat.
The cat's cool, right?
So you're like walking and like you notice him and you're like, oh, hey. Kind of disappears when you notice him. And then like as you keep looking, he's still there. He's just being a lot more stealthy. So he doesn't come out, but you're being followed.
Okay.
So you head back and you get back home, tie up the horse, leave out some feed for them or whatever, and head inside to get your packing done and all that kind of stuff.
Before the night's over, I do want her to take a long strand of willow branch, and she's gonna weave it into what she hopes is a mostly universal-sized, like, woven ring of willow reed.
Okay.
And
like the size of the ring of flowers?
Yeah, sure. Well, make them match, I guess. That makes sense.
All right.
She's going to leave it out front where the rabbit was left, and she's going to put it down and be like, all right, Coyote, come and get this. She's going to put it down.
Okay. So you guys turn in for the night, frantic packing.
Yeah, do you have like a guest couch? Do you have like a cot?
All the instruments.
Do I just like sleep with you?
Yeah, that's big. Just hop in.
Oh.
Yeah, the bed's really nice.
It is.
A lot of things are nice on purpose.
I won't miss this bed.
And you're going to miss them. Yeah. You haven't been on the road in a long time.
Yep.
Thea. It's mostly what you're used to, but you're starting to grow accustomed to the cush life.
Getting cozy.
Being a little local celebrity. You'll still be famous, but maybe for other reasons now.
I feel like Thea's just like staring wide-eyed at the fucking ceiling like, ugh.
So, you guys pack up, put everything on the cart in the lock boxes. So you got the finest Haven had to offer. Yeah, it's early. It's about 2:30 in the morning. The moon is hanging in the sky. And you head out towards the Butterfield direction. Yeah, you could cut through fields. It'd be like slower, a little bit slower and rough going. But, no one would see you leave. So you could ride in the cart. You could ride on a horse.
I guess I'll drive the cart, I guess.
All right.
Nice.
I feel like it makes more sense for the paladin to be on the horse.
Yeah, like visually, yeah.
For appearances.
Yeah, exactly.
I am your cart bard.
That's right.
All right. So you're riding in the cart and it takes about an hour to get over there. And you come up on the property. Obviously, this is more grazing land. You see the dairy cows and you see the yurt way off in the distance. But roll a perception check, both of you.
16.
17.
All right. There's a small road that, the property road over to your left. And that's the road proper. And you see a figure walking down the road up to the property. It's dark and it's hard to tell, but it's a pretty big, looks like a man, broad-shouldered, well-muscled, but it's hard to tell more than silhouette. So you both noticed that. So about 10 minutes later, it's quiet. Everything's asleep. You might hear frogs and that kind of stuff. But from the Butterfield estate,
Oh, no.
you start to hear sounds.
Kind of sounds.
Muffled, groaning. Thea, it sounds like sex.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Uh,
Good for them.
yeah.
Oh, no. Is someone getting hurt?
Oh, no, honey. The opposite.
What? Are you sure they're okay?
Yeah, listen, I wish I was one of them.
Are you at risk of self-harm, Thea? Are you
Oh.
okay?
Honey, they're just having sex.
What? That's not...
What?
Well. All right, maybe that explains some things.
Yeah, thinking about it, it hadn't really occurred to you that people would be having sex all those times that it could have been. Because, it couldn't be that common or that,
Yeah, that's
brazen or public,
A lot of sex.
Yeah.
It's a lot of sex.
But, just the way Thea put it, like, oh, they're just having sex.
Sounds so casual, even. So
It can be.
dismissive. You don't think what the governor was doing with the item on the woman's pelvis? You don't think that was sex, do you?
Oh, it absolutely was. And
So what we were doing in
Kinky
front
at
of
that.
Sil, we were pantomiming sex.
yeah. Oh, I didn't realize you didn't know.
I just feel like I
Sil
probably
knew.
should have.
Of course she didn't. I mean, yeah, I guess if you didn't have a chance in that cloister,
Well,
that weird religious life, don't understand it.
Yeah, no, it just seems like I know a lot more about sex than I thought I did, even.
Look at you.
Yeah, it's surprising, I guess.
Yeah, so you guys are catching up on sex culture.
Yeah.
Birds and the bees.
And
Turns out sex is more than just penis and vagina insertion to make a baby. Who knew?
yeah.
Sex is a lot of
Wow.
different things.
Wow.
So you guys are trudging up the path, and while you're having this conversation, you're hearing, like loud moans and exultations of pleasure.
Like, still, that's still sex? That too?
Yeah, really good shit if what they're saying is, well, if they're not lying.
Huh.
Yeah,
Doesn't
yeah,
sound
that
like
sounds genuine, to say the least.
Yeah, damn.
You get closer to the yurt, and you see Gil Thaniel out front, and looks like he's piling up some wood that he might have just chopped. He's a little sweaty and out of it, and he's got his shirt off.
Only
But
ever
under the
see Gil
moonlight,
sweaty
it
and
looks
shirtless.
pretty good.
God bless him.
As you approach on the horses, he looks up, he sees you from quite a ways away. He stops and walks over to both of you, raising his hand, and as he gets closer, he's like, Thea, what's going on?
I need you to get us out of here.
You and
Oh, this is
Like,
Astris.
It's me.
so you like give him a peek.
Give him a little peep show. I flash him in my face.
Yeah.
Ooh.
His eyebrows raise. And he's like, I see.
Auga.
You need to get out of town for good. I don't know how it could help. What do you need? Where are you trying to go?
North.
North, of course.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I can take you north. I can only take you so far.
That's
And I
fine.
could point you in the right direction and tell you of the danger that you may face. Nobody's hurt, are they?
No, not yet anyway.
Okay, good.
Yeah, not physically.
Not
just
sure what to make of what's going on
emotional.
here, but as long as
Oh.
nobody's been hurt.
No, so Ash just quit her job and shit just got a little bit out of hand, and now we need to leave.
All right. That's fair. I can't imagine they treated you very well, Astris.
Yeah, I think it kind of all dawned on me at the same time, and yeah, I might have gotten a little carried away.
Oh, we all have our moments.
Yeah, we'll call it that a moment. Definitely not not passing though. Doesn't seem like a passing moment, weirdly.
So you guys can see from your horse and cart, Bonejaw's over by the yurt staying. He's a good boy. And Gilthaniel, he looks a little surprised. He looks a little, it's not amused, but maybe just, thrown a bit by the absurdity. But he doesn't ask any questions. And aside from if anyone was hurt. And he asks you to follow him. He'll take you into the forest. And as you guys
Yeah, lead the way. Love to watch.
get to, a trail that most hunters enter, he informs you, this cart is going to be hard to bring the further north you go. You may have to leave it, or it will be slow going. It will be a hindrance, but it's not a liability, just a warning.
And the horses?
Keep the horses out of the thorny bushes. They tend to know where to walk, but in the thickest parts, it'd be best to just walk alongside them.
Thank you.
So you travel deeper into the forest, and behind you, the horizon is starting to glow a bit as sunrise is coming, and it seems to get darker ahead. It's more of a twilight darkness, not a midnight darkness, but a haze, a fog of twilight. Things don't have shadows, or they do, they're in the wrong places occasionally. The path gets a little tighter and a little less smooth the deeper you go. Through the fog above you, it's like the swirling vortex and canvas of colors above you is not only getting more vivid and brighter, but it's like the sky is getting closer to you. Further north you go. The leaves, as you walk by and ruffle them, make a swirling pattern in the mists in the air that stays and dances and makes these shapes. As you venture further, the road forks into three paths, and Gilthaniel stops here, and he tells you, this is about as far as I can take you. I don't know much of what's further on, only legends, and I don't wish to scare you because I haven't confirmed it myself, but be wary and be prepared. I believe the center path is directly north, and your left and right, respectively northwest and northeast. But directions don't really mean much at this point. So whereas you're thinking you're taking a straight line somewhere, you might be going the opposite direction. Here the rules change.
What's to guide us then?
Your instincts and whatever has guided you here so far can help you. Fate, operates on a higher level here.
Ooh, that gave me chills.
Interesting.
I wish you the best of luck, Thea. Sir Astris. He smiles.
Thank you, Gilt.
And if you
For
make your
everything.
way out of here, my way, stop by and maybe we'll see each other again.
I'd like that.
Be safe. Be wary.
You too.
You too, Gilt. I smack him on the ass in like a baseball way. It's a normal thing that we do.
He looks shocked at first, but then he matches your smile.
Thea gives you the thumbs up.
3 paths lay before you. 1, straight ahead, straight north, or so it seems. The paths look a bit different down which way we look, almost like a mirror image or something, or mirage of what's to come. Down the straight path ahead of you, you see stone mountain tips, and you see crags, caverns, and cave depths, all kind of like a scene. You would see a mountain on top reflecting on a lake beneath it, but the reflection is the caves and caverns beneath.
Oh.
The path to the northeast, to the right, looks like a swamp or a bog. And as you look further, you'll see fairy lights, will-o-wisps. You see them dancing among what seems like an endless sprawl of willow trees. To the left, to the northwest, you see what looks like a cross-section of a building. So several floors, like a dollhouse, but nothing looks right. There's stairs on the ceiling, doors that lead to nowhere. All of the pieces, little brooms and pots and bric-a-brac, beds and everything. They look like they're turned from a human or an animal into what it currently is.
Gross.
So, you have a decision to make.
My God. I'm gonna rummage around in the cart and find the Oberon statue, and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna hold it up and be like, all right, man, I need you to tell me where to go.
So when you pick it up, you feel it like a heat in your hands, so hotter than you would think it would be.
Oof.
You feel like a general pleasure from where you are already, from being here, going as far as you have. You feel some of the waves as you hold out this idol. It seems like it's like it can't really decide. Until eventually it chooses between the two and then points straight ahead.
Straight ahead it is.
Love it. Great.
All right, for that, you'll go back in here. Gilt's not here, so we can put it back in the cleavage. That would have been too mean.
Yeah, sorry, Daddy.
Sorry.
All right, so you guys head towards the mountainous, cragular, cavernous.
Yes, we're on the
Path.
cragular way.
Yeah, the aggro crag.
Cragular way with the caves under the mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't sound foreboding or spooky at all.
Once you take this path, you start walking down. It feels like the seasons are changing around you, but in subtle and swift ways. You know, you'll get a chill around one bend of winter, and then the warmth of a dry summer around another. And one thing you did both notice is that after a few 100 feet walking down the path, when you look back, the path back doesn't look like it did going in. It looks like a hillside path.
Oh.
Oh, man.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it's a strange place. You eventually come around a bend where it just goes into a straightaway trail that's unnaturally straight. And on the left-hand side is sand dunes with palm trees littered all over them. And what looks like coconuts, coconut fruit on the trees and on the ground. And on the right is more like a tropical rainforest, like something you'd see on the side of the road of the Big Island in Hawaii.
Thea's just like writing all of this down and like trying to sketch weird shit that she sees. She's just like in her journal as the wagon's going, like, what the fuck is all this?
Yeah.
She's trying to document as much of this as possible.
After a time walking past these two sides of the road for a while, you notice a path split off to the right into the more lush tropical parts. And over there, you can hear a waterfall and you can see the spray from it and the rainbow that's sort of coming out between the leaves in the background. It looks very inviting and nice. If you put your hand on your chest and consult the idol,
The breast idol.
it seems responsive, you know. It throbs a bit when you're looking down the right-hand path.
All right. We go right.
Mm-hmm.
You say that out loud. And you're like,
Yeah.
let's go right. And what's Astris making all this?
So there's jungly and then kind of deserty on the left. And I mean, I'm fucking amazed. I don't think I've seen 2 places total in my whole life. So like, I guess 3 if you count that one time I left John's light and got injured. So yeah, this is pretty fucking wowzers.
Yeah, you are definitely leaning on your composure as a soldier.
Yeah. I think I've got my helmet off though, so that I can like look around more. Because like I'm just like pretty amazed.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah,
Makes
you're
sense to you.
definitely taking it in. It's wild. And a lot of this stuff, you know, it's weird, but it could be perfectly normal to you because you haven't been many places.
Yeah.
But Thea's reaction kind of confirms that things are not right.
It is so weird. I've never seen anything like this.
Wow. The air's like wet over here, but like it's not like, what is that?
Going to the right is going to make my hair look so much better.
And as you go to the right, it's as if the path expands before you, like a camera trick of zooming and moving at the same time.
Cool.
And out in front of you is this huge expanse of just lush tropical forest and a waterfall to the left, a waterfall to the right, and then a bunch of little tiny waterfalls in this crescent around front of you. And it's giving off this huge cloud of fog and mist. And through it, the sun is cutting and creating this vivid rainbow that you've never seen one like it before. It looks like one you could touch. It doesn't waver in the light or the mist or anything. It's as if it's a permanent fixture made of color
Cool.
through this valley. You see this wonderful, beautiful valley, this rainbow, and you see that the path keeps turning along and it's around this cliffside. You can see over the edge towards this crescent where there's obviously a huge body of water at the bottom there, but it's covered in mist. You go further and it starts to head downward slope. You get more shade. The sun isn't out, but it is brighter than it was in the forest. As you go lower and lower, you start to lose sight of the sky due to the tree's canopy. But right before you do, you see a winged flying shape zip overhead.
Watch out.
Several 100 feet up.
What was that?
But just from the glimpse that both of you got, it looked like a dragon.
Holy shit.
Did it look like Glasswing?
And then you hear a roar, like a very bestial, loud, guttural roar. But on top of it, it's as if it's making every glass in a cabinet shake and shatter. And you hear these high-pitched, like, smashing and tinkling noises amidst the roar.
Oh my God.
I'll give you a perception check to see if you caught a good enough glimpse to see what color or any more identifying.
Wow.
Ooh.
22 again.
4.
Yeah, you have no idea.
I don't know what's going on.
The Astris, it looked golden or bronze or copper, golden or bronze, as it reflected the light just right, as it flew over swiftly.
Whoa.
Seems far away, but it seems like it could be near you at any point, just circling around.
Fucking scared, dude.
And
What the fuck?
crossing a little part of the road that has running water crossing it, just a little stream. So you slow down and you're getting the horses, they're fine, and you're just slowly getting the cart across. And I want you to both roll perception checks.
Oh, come on, Dice. Don't fuck me again. You've been so good all night. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, what was that? Perception.
Perception.
13.
13?
Yeah.
As you're crossing the little creek, you see some stones fall down on the side of the hill next to you. And you look up and you see what can only be described as a 3.5 foot tall creature with darker skin, sharp teeth in these large, broad mouths, and they have these reptilian kind of eyes, and they seem to be carrying spears and whips with spade-like shapes
What the fuck?
on the end of them. And you notice them, and there's a lot of them
I dropped.
chittering.
I want to get my morning star out.
And we
real
roll initiative.
Bad.
Oh.
Oh, yay.
Oh, no.
Truly?
Oh, no.
15.
7.
Astris, you can go first. Before you is a road that is winding down in a broad circular path that's sort of spiraling down towards this basin of water, towards the foot of where the waterfalls end.
Okay.
To your left is the hillside, and to your right would be the cliffside.
Okay.
The creatures that you've just discovered are all on the cliffside to your left. And from what you can tell, there are many of them.
I hate going first because I'm always like, okay, but are they bad guys?
They have weapons, and they look like they were about to attack.
Okay.
That you can tell.
Okay.
You looked up just at the right time. If you hadn't, they would have jumped on both of you and
Holy fuck. Okay.
gotten you by surprise. 15 feet away from you, which is 5 feet to your left and 10 feet up, is your closest enemy. There's one right next to him, and then 10 feet behind them are 3 more. And then you can sort of make out a few others that you think are hiding or getting into position.
Okay. And you said they have spears? and like whip knives.
Whips, yeah. With like a spade at the end of them.
They're coming downhill, so I feel like I should God, with the reach on the whip and spear is pretty annoying.
The people with the spears look like they're about to throw them. They're more like javelins.
Oh, that's really annoying.
And they've got whips on their side too.
Okay, I see. I want to, because I want to keep them from hitting Thea.
You're on the clock.
Yeah, it's important.
You can jump.
Big ups.
Yeah, because ideally I would get within 5 feet, like central to all of them, so that I can use my protection fighting style reaction, and give them disadvantage if they attack anything other than me. So yeah, I guess I'd want to like rush into the middle of it because you said they're like 3.5 feet tall.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I want to like close as much distance as possible and like just get into the fray.
So that would be you jumping off the horse and then, or jumping from the horse.
Ooh.
Doing a flip in the air.
Up.
And then
Up to which, that would give you 5 feet up. So it's only 10 feet away.
right.
You could leap from the saddle over there.
Especially if
And
I
that
can
would just
stand
be-
on the saddle.
That would just be your movement, and then you could
Okay.
attack. So I'd have to see you roll all right. Yeah, roll an athletics check. What?
I rolled a 2. It's a total of 8. It's okay. I had to roll bad sometime.
It's true.
Yeah, you don't quite make it. As you go to like get up and jump off the saddle or jump from the saddle, your feet don't get enough purchase and you slip a bit. You don't fall on your face, but you don't quite make it to the lead to right where they are. You jumped about you jumped to the hills, to the wall off the horse about 5 feet away.
Okay.
If you wanted to attack,
Yeah.
you could exchange that standard action for a movement.
Yeah. Okay. I'll do that then. That way I can encroach, and do the protector thing on at least 1 or 2.
Sure. All right. So roll an athletics check.
I would like I'll embarrass
Come on,
myself.
dice.
Right. 12.
All right. That's all you needed.
Oh, thank God.
So what's your strength modifier?
+4.
Okay. Yeah. So you jump a good like 4 feet off the ground and then grab on and climb the rest of the way in like one big pull-up type motion.
Oh, so it's a wall, not a hillside. I thought they were like coming down the hillside.
Well, it's like this wall next to the road, and
Oh, I see. It's like a hill that kind of turns into like a cliff.
yeah,
Like the road has a cutout, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
yeah. Sorry.
No.
So yeah, you're up there now, and you are threatening them.
Awesome.
All right, now it is their turn.
No.
Oh God.
Real dead.
Oh, no.
All right, one of them has a whip, and the other one has a javelin.
I'll allow it.
You as a paladin, that is your right. I'm allowing this tomfoolery.
The one with the javelin throws it at you.
Wait, who?
Astris. It like screeches and jumps and then throws the javelin right at you.
Ugh.
Um,
Some Rowan Reigns.
and doesn't quite get through your armor. You just like it throws it as you're like coming up to the side. It throws it straight at your collarbone, and you're like ting with your shield. You're like
Amazing.
And the other one, just as terrified, lashes out with its whip. I'm rolling good today, boy. There you go. Oh, yeah. AC 20. I got a hit in.
Oh, shit.
Hell yeah.
Oh, shit.
All right. That is 3 damage. So the whip ineffectually almost wraps halfway around your neck, and then he pulls it back. But the head of the whip has some kind of blade or razor on it, and it caught some part between your helmet and your plate mail and cut you along the neck for 3 damage.
Ugh.
Arthur, you are so awful.
I'm gonna have to crate him next time. Oh God, what is that?
A lot of dice.
And then a whole bunch of javelins come flying your way.
Oh my God.
But they all just kind of clink off your armor ineffectually. Like you were like, oh no, what am I going to do? And it all kind of tink, 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 tink. And it's Thea's turn.
Oh my gods. I'm so impressed. All right. So I don't have my instrument or anything either. So I'm going to have to I'm going to roll into the back of the wagon and grab my instrument and vicious mockery, the whatever one is closest to Astris.
Okay, yeah, she's got 2
Or
in
if
her
I can
face.
see them.
There's one that is holding a whip, and the other one that just threw a javelin.
You know what? I'm gonna go with the one with the whip, because if it threw the javelin, it no longer has the javelin.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go with the whip.
I literally didn't even. I was still picturing them with javelins and infinite javelins.
I mean, they might have
You
more,
smart.
but so I'm going to viciously mock the one with the whip. I say mean thing and it get very sad. Actually, I'll
You
roll to see if it
compensating
gets
with that whip?
Yeah. Looking a little limp.
It must succeed a wisdom saving throw, so it's gotta beat 15.
It fails.
Woo.
Ooh.
It takes 3 psychic damage and has disadvantage on its next attack roll.
Nice.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that one
good
really
for.
messed it up. First, it looked offended, but it then was overcome with immeasurable pain. Looks like it's just experiencing the worst headache it's ever had.
That's right.
Squinting its eyes and, grabbing its temple. Yeah, it looks pretty messed up. It's got shaky legs and everything. Astris, it's your turn.
Oh, hell yeah. Can I hit that one? Am I in range of that?
Yeah.
One? Oh,
You're
yeah.
in melee range now.
I want to hit that one and put him out of his fucking misery.
Yeah.
12.
That hits.
Oh, thank God. 6 damage.
All right. You hit it with the Morning Star?
Yeah.
Yeah, it no longer has a headache anymore because it doesn't really have a head. You just gave it a downward swing right on the top of its head.
Amazing.
And it just popped like a grapefruit.
Nice.
Sickening. But the screaming stopped, at least from him. The rest are screaming in rage.
That's right. That's what's coming.
Flee.
Is that all you do? That's all
Yeah.
you can do.
Yeah.
Level 1 fighter.
I hit him again.
The one in front of you that doesn't have it, that threw his javelin, is going to run away, and he's going to provoke an attack of opportunity.
Oh, shit.
So
Delicious. 18.
Yeah.
9.
yeah, it goes to run away, and you clip it right under its ear, and it just goes limp. She doesn't move anymore. It was like one little tap, and just the perfect kind of a hollow sound. And it just stopped. It just collapsed, like the strings were cut. It was pretty brutal, but very efficient. You didn't mean to hit it like that hard, I guess. Like right there. It wasn't messy spot. Or anything. It just, that was it.
Yeah.
Time to die.
Nah.
Again, you just swiped that one that was running away, and you're like, oh, I kind of felt bad. And you look up, and there's 3 times as many javelins in the air.
Holy shit.
And you brace yourself. You kneel down and hold your shield up, and none of them even stick to your shield. They all just clatter off of you. It's almost pathetic.
Oh no! Oh no! These poor
Amazing.
guys.
Kind of like they're throwing sticks at you.
Yeah.
You're like, wait a minute. Like, yeah, they're sharpened. You're looking at them. You're like, sharpened, but I mean,
what do you aim to do? What is your plan?
What is their plan?
But they fucking got you with that whip.
Yeah, that was some bullshit.
All right, it's Thea's turn.
How many whip dudes are there?
They all have whips.
Oh fuck! Whip is a sidearm.
See?
That's smart.
Can I see any from where I am now? They're all still further back.
Yeah, I mean they're not hiding so much as they're like crouched. But there's, from what you can count, 8 of them. About 20 to 30 feet back, hidden behind shrubs or trees. Looks like there's movement around, like one of them's handing out javelins or something. So you're about 30, 40 feet away from where they are.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna see if I can focus the one I think that's handing out weapons. I'm gonna see if I can attack that one. I'm gonna see if I can viciously mock that one.
Okay. That one's gonna be pretty far away and hard to get a bead on. Like, hey you, skinny legs.
Hey you, she's gonna do you like she did your friend.
Yeah, watch out. And as you're getting a bead, a roar shatters through your chest and body from behind.
Oh.
And Astris, you feel this too. It's
shit.
so sudden and loud and hot. There's a sudden raise in temperature, 25 degrees at least. And this roar feels like it's shaking your bones. And the horses freak. You hear them scream, and you hear the creatures scream. This high-pitched wail. And you realize that you're also screaming, both of you. You can't tell which part of it you're in, but you're screaming all together. And everybody that is you, Astris, Thea, and these creatures and the horses all start running away in the opposite direction of where this roar came from. Thea, you have the opportunity here to try to hang on for dear life and stay on the cart with these horses that are running for their lives. And they're not, really thinking about a rider or anything.
Yeah.
Or you could try to get off before they go too fast. Because I imagine you're standing up on the cart looking, at what's going on, kind of getting an eye on things, and then suddenly, Well, there was a moment of freezing. Everybody froze in pure terror as the roar was going off. And then after the roar was over, everything started to go. So you have an opportunity to jump off or fall off or try to hang on, like lower your weight all of a sudden.
Yeah, I can't leave you. I'm gonna jump off.
All right. Let's have you roll a dex.
Okay.
Dex save.
Oh, natural 20.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
No problem. As terrified as you are, the cart just starts to go and you just like step off of it. Like, no problem. Like, ooh, okay, it's gone. You were already 1 foot off, I guess, something like that. It was very smooth and easy for you. Yeah, your instinct now is to run and run towards safety, which is Astris.
Yep.
And Astris, you're terrified. You want to run too, but you have a priority, Thea. And she's behind you and she's coming up the hill.
Yeah.
You want to help her climb up that hill?
Well, and the critters are running too, right?
Yeah.
Because I was like trying to be between her and them. But yeah, if we're running, then like, yeah, I'm like, let's fucking.
Yeah. All right.
Like help her up the hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I give you my hand and I have my loot in my other hand. It's the only thing I have.
Oh God, no. We have to leave all our stuff.
All right.
All your stuff.
All right. So roll a strength check.
Okay.
Or an athletics.
Yeah, I'll do it. 21.
All right. Yeah, she pulls you up and, it's like, I've got you. Pulls you up one arm, kind of like a big fluid yank, and you're up on top and you're running. And
off.
So I imagine you're just running, as fast as you possibly can. And the creatures are running too. It looks like they're all running into the side of this hill here. There's like an opening or something, but it's not a huge opening. It looks like it's 7 feet tall and only about 3.5 feet wide. So it looks like a refuge they use here.
Into the hole.
We can kill them once we're inside.
Into the land hole.
Yeah, they're shrieking, and they look behind them and they see you guys running up, catching up, and they're shrieking even more.
Got them long legs.
That's right.
You hear the beat of the wings somewhere around you. It's heavy, and you can feel the downward pressure. It's putting on all of you, and it's terrifying. You have no other instinct but to run and make it to that crag. And just when it feels like the heat is boiling you, Astris, in your armor and just singeing the hair on your head, Thea.
My hair.
How is it turning you on?
The roar happens again, and you're ready to roll a dex saving throw.
Oh God, I thought you were going to say initiative, and I was just going to like piss.
I was gonna be like, no.
No.
Actually.
I'm not ready for that. Actually, I just die. No.
Oof. 13.
Okay.
5.
All right.
Oh!
Astris trips.
Fuck.
Oh no.
She stumbles and falls. You almost stumbled and fell too. Most of the creatures in front of you and around you fell. This last roar seemed to have a weight behind it. Do you stop and try to help her up?
I'm gonna grab Astris and pull her up.
All right, then I need you to roll a will save.
Oh shit. 7.
7?
Yeah.
All right. You are terrified. You want to help her. You want to help pick her up. But your legs are betraying you, and you are sort of crawling. Like you don't really have it in you to sprint away. That's what you're fighting it, but you were crawling away and looking back and like meaningfully and like holding your hand out and everything, but you're going the other direction. Astris, you see this, but here you see Thea wanting to help, but you feel the fear that she does. So roll a will save as well.
17.
All right. You understand the fear, but you know that it doesn't truly control you. It feels like fear you've never felt before. But this particular moment, you can pull yourself up and see the fear in the eyes of Thea and know that she wanted to help you. And it's kind of heartwarming. It's a good feeling. But you are swallowing down this fear that she has been overcome with. And while she was trying to help you and couldn't really do it, now it's time for you to get up and help her.
This is just so true to how our characters are. I can't do shit.
I can carry you,
Mr. Frodo.
Frodo. I like scramble up and like run for her to get her back up on her feet so that we can run at speed again, get into this crevice.
All right. Roll an athletics check.
Okay. Fuck. 9.
You are having a hard time getting up to speed and pulling her up. You're sort of stumbling and crawling as well. And Thea, you've been staring back and just trying to focus on Astris, but you've seen this massive bronze-colored dragon getting closer and closer at an angle of about 30 degrees.
That's horrifying.
Oh, God. I'm imagining like Sorry, you're about to describe it.
And you see smoke coming out of its nostrils and its wings, great wings, just coming up and coming down. And whenever it comes down, you see all of the trees displace and some of them fall. And you've been trying to keep your focus on Astris, but this has been something you've been seeing as you're looking back. Astris, as you're trying to help Thea up, you have actually looked back for the first time, and that's what you see.
Holy shit.
And
terrifying.
I'm imagining like if like an Airbus were to come crashing down at you.
Yeah, kind of like that. It's got its mouth open.
Yeah.
Oof,
Yeah.
is spooky.
And it's getting closer.
Ooh.
You both can roll in athletics and try to get on your feet, get
Fuck
running.
this die. Give me a different one.
Die.
Ah!
Ma'am.
I rolled a 1.
Oh no. Okay, well, I rolled an 11. I don't know if that's gonna get us out of this.
We get eaten by that dragon. Oh, we burst into flames. Great.
All right, so
Amazing.
you don't make it to the crag.
Oh,
You
no.
both, in your attempt to help each other up, got tangled up in each other's armor and clothes and tripped up and fell down. You're both holding each other, embracing, as the dragon gets closer and closer, and it's unreal how large this thing is. Bigger than any tower that you've seen, and that's just the front of its face. As it comes up and it rears back to stop its descent, and you see the full might of its body, chest, and wings spread out 100 feet in either direction.
Fuck. Why do we suck?
Why do we suck?
The great dragon beats its wings one last time and then lands on the ground.
Oh, fuck.
There's a thumping sound, and it's not a thumping sound. It's an earth-shattering feeling as it lands essentially over top you. When it landed, it cracked the earth beneath you and
Oh, God.
bounced you up a foot off the ground for a minute. So
my
you
God.
Oh my god.
are lying on the cracked earth, holding each other as the dragon puts its wings to the side and then just lowers itself closer and looks down. And as the dragon's nose looks down and just starts to get level with you, as you can see its eyes over the top of its snout, the world kind of kaleidoscopes as the scales on its snout and its body shimmer and shine, and it takes a hypnotic quality to it and begins to spiral and change shape. And it's blinding at one point. And when the brightness starts to fade from your eyes, you see a woman. She looks like an elf. She has copper-colored hair and eyes like molten bronze with black pinholes in them.
God
Maddie.
damn it, Maddie Pants.
She wears studded leather armor with brass studs tooled in a way that looks suspiciously like reptilian or dragon scales, and she carries a pair of swords at her belt with tooled scabbards covered in ornate brass accents. I guess it's not so suspicious. Yeah, and she's tall, slender, and she looks different than the elf. Like, she doesn't look like elves that you would imagine. She looks darker complexioned and more arboreal. She looks down at both of you with a very stern but blank face, and an owl comes flying up and lands on her arm. She says, "So what are you guys doing here?"
Ah!
Okay, Astris has peed herself a little bit, but no one has known because of the chastity thong.
Right.
Rude.
Like, for real, why are you over here killing them? My kobolds. Why are you doing that? They love me.
I'm so sorry. I thought they were attacking my charge.
Oh, you were like defending yourself from...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Thanks.
I didn't know, I just heard them screaming, and they bring me stuff. Like, it's really cute.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, sorry to, freak you out. Here, let me help you up. And she like holds her hand out and pulls both of you up with one hand
Wow.
while you're both still embraced.
Wow. You're like so strong.
You're really nice, too.
I'm not always nice, but like, I'm always nice.
Wow. Thanks. Sorry for attacking your buddies. They were gonna throw sticks at us.
They did throw sticks at us.
They did throw sticks at
They
a
threw
lot of sticks at you.
Yeah. I mean, they're mostly harmless.
Yeah, that
They can't really do
But-
much.
they.
How did they get you?
Yeah, they got me a little bit.
It's kind of embarrassing. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm kind of embarrassed too.
Yeah. I mean, there must have been a lot, so whatever.
I can heal that up for you later.
So, like, I don't mind if you guys pass through here or whatever. Try not to kill all my kobolds. Kind of want to know what you're doing, what you're up to. Like,
Yeah.
what's going on?
Of course. I'm on a mission of some kind. I'm following where this idol is taking me. And I pull it from my cleavage.
She laughs kind of very sweetly. She's a really sweet, like, high-pitched voice, very saccharine. But she takes it and she's like, "Oh, you chose the wrong path. Sorry." This is my domain. But I mean, technically, he's kind of ruler of like all of it. But yeah, if you want to see him, well, you can't really go back the way you came, so you'll probably have to go through the crag where all those kobolds are running. I really thought you were gonna make it.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I thought we were too, but man,
Freaked you out, huh?
did we not. You were very intimidating. Absolutely
Very.
terrifying. Well done.
Wasn't I?
You were, yes.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, go through the crag, but like here, hold on. And she reaches into her pouch and she pulls out a scale and hands it over to Thea. She's like, this is one of my scales. Show it to the kobolds and they should let you by. They're not very bright, but if you've got one of my scales, it means you're one of my chosen, but it doesn't, that to them it does, you know what I mean? So don't start thinking, things.
Yeah. No, this is more than I could have thought to ask for. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And I mean, like, if you have to kill a bunch of them, it's fine. But like, don't kill them all.
Yeah, we
They've
will
got this whole
endeavor.
thing where they like, it's so funny how much money they bring me. I don't even.
That's
It's
awesome.
ridiculous. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna let you go, and it was a pleasure meeting you. Hope to see you soon.
Hope to see you another time as well.
And the owl screeches and takes off, and she's like, "Et Lil," and then she starts to shift and stretch her body a bit, and she's like, "Might want to move."
Oh, God.
So you guys back up
Get to the crag.
towards the crag, and she starts taking up more and more space. Is that like kaleidoscope thing happens in reverse a bit,
Oh, neat.
but much quicker and less dramatic. And she spreads her great wings and flies away in a giant dust cloud.
Terrifying.
Holy shit.
What the fuck? Oh my god.
So you're popular today.
I'm not trying to be.
You guys shake it off a bit, kind of stumble into the crag, and when you look inside, you see a large cavern with fungus growing of all types and all colors glowing, spores puffing out of some like underwater creatures, and you can hear just the last vestiges of the kobolds' feet pattering through the caves as they're getting to their little hidey places. But it is vast, and there is light, but very low light. Okay. Do we want to stop there?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that feels good
Yeah.
for me.
Oh, well, that was terrifying for a minute. Whew. Thanks for listening through our Foreplay series, and I really hope you enjoyed the character building. We've left the starter area, and we're off on our adventure. Episode 1 is out now for you to continue following our foolishness. If you're enjoying the podcast, we'd love it if you could tell your sexy friends about us. And rating and subscribing also helps us out a lot. Well, I'll see you at the end of the beginning.